Still a 10 out of 10 game. Still a 10 out of 10 game. Still mad about that parlor room puzzle. Still mad. Less so, but I'm still heated. I carefully went through the logic by hand, up late, and again, hit no contradiction. Grr. That's the thing. I want to be very clear. If anyone comes up and says there was a flaw in the logic, unfortunately there was not. Unfortunately, there was not. But this game appears to have a hidden choice rule that if you go down a branch with a definitive answer and no contradiction, and you go down a second branch that also has two potential options with no contradiction, the first is the correct choice. Now, I think that is fine as a decision to make as a developer. I think that's like fine to say. But in every logic game that I've ever played, if you're looking at like, it could be this or this or this, and the game tells me there's a unique solution and it's one of these three. If you're ever in that situation, almost always that means you need to just keep going until you can narrow it down to one. And so that was part of my insanity, is that I kept doing what I perceived to be immutable logic and getting to a point where it was, yeah, it's either in the blue box or the black box. Because I was narrowing it down to two, I went, there must be a flaw in my logic. I just kept going and going and going and going and going, and I was slowly going insane. And I was actually saying this before I started the segment. When I was done, I went up and I vented to my wife about it. Let me tell you something. There is no better way to not begin a conversation well than to say, here's the setup for the logic puzzle. And one of them is, if you replace one with both and the other two statements, then both statements are false. Like, let me tell you, it was like a hard complaint too, man. Oh my God. She's like, Sean, I don't know if this crash out is valid. The kennel. Oh my God, I want to see a good dog. Yeah! Oh my God, everything's okay again. Hey guys. Oh! Hi! Oh my God. Oh! Oh! Yeah! 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 Oh, everything's okay again! Everything's okay again. Oh my God. Oh, it's so good. Wah wah wee wah gifting 5, you sweetheart. Thank you for helping financially support me when I'm so unbelievably devastated and upset. Huh, so if I see blocks in this arrangement, I can maybe spell words out of them. This is a really interesting clue. Robo Blake with the gifted 5. Look, you're all sweet. You don't have to give me money. You don't have to. We try to keep things as free as possible in this joint. We'll get the storeroom. Is that still dirt in the kennel or something else? Look, all brown material on the ground is dirt if you just wash your hands afterwards, all right? Almighty Bobino, thank you for the gifted 5. Robo Blake, thank you for the gifted 5. You see you need to pay the piper. Robo Blake says, let's gift this chat. You mean, let's gift this. Cat. Huh? Bobino says, I gifted 5 to bribe you into re-rating the parlor puzzle. The parlor room is still far and away my favorite room. Lava Dragon says the hidden rule is actually not a consistent rule. It cannot exist. I think since the grouping these branches is completely arbitrary, you can argue for any one of the possible answers to belong to an unambiguous branch. Yeah. It is ambiguous, though, with respect to the ending of that branch, is what I mean. Actually, I'm not talking about the puzzle anymore. Lava Dragon, you have been so sweet and sincere and patient while I was ranting and venting and permitting me to re-engage after I cooled off. And now you're just like, continuing to pleasantly, thoughtfully engage, and I was like, could someone just duct tape this person's hands to their chairs so they stop typing to me? I'm done. It's over. All right, I'm not going to draft the drawing room. I'm going to go for more resources. Oh my god. So we have all manner of goals that we could be hitting. Boom, in this game. And I'm going to talk about them after I open my package. Coupon book is good. Great. From Clay Thompson as well. Ship 212, and it's day 37. Oh my god, and we have our very newest, finest mod, Albatross of Time, joining us. What up, Albatross? So my name is Simon P. Jones. Oh, has Purified 100 been modded too? Woo! Now as mods, I need to let you know your primary responsibility is to just kind of hang out and be pleasant to people. You don't ever really need a timeout or ban people for the most part here. Everyone's just pretty sweet. And occasionally we do. Occasionally we do. Do I want to bedroom this? I think I'll just actually chapel this for safety, and then just not go into the chapel. So some of the goals that we have a bunch of trunks at the base of the foundation. So we have the opportunity to save up our keys and dump them down there. We also have the Mantle of the Night, so we can go to the armory and get the torch to light the things that are now underneath the manor. The torches. We have the torch to light a torch. We also have the furnace can get, I assume, additional heat from the boiler. There is a power channel into that one. There is a power channel into that, so if we can boiler room into that, we can heat things up enough to melt the freezer, which is where I think something is at. So we have a bunch of those, and of course, we have 8 dates for 8 safes. Do I want the closet for items? I think I might just actually want the spare room. I'm actually kind of okay with this. Yeah, I think I'm okay with this. The reason I'm okay with this one is that even though we only have one branch, more likely contain special flowers today. I don't know if they're legal in this state. They just contain the special flowers. So I'm going to go ahead and get dinged. But what's nice is that we get dinged 1. And if you look, we never have to re-enter into these ones ever again. Technically, the kennel does have a dig site in there. And drawing room looks great. I'm just taking a little extra time to look around these rooms. Because, I mean, I see all these symbols underneath here, which is interesting to me. I would say if I had to declare a primary mission for this run, I would say the primary mission is the opening more trunks underneath the castle, underneath the manor. Time. I was lucky. I realized I never even looked to see if I could lockpick it. I mean, I'm doing it. They're different. Huh. Alright, so I don't get any torch here. Alright, well that's fine. I'll just get the Morning Star. Start the day with coins and gems. No, we were yoked yesterday. We were absolutely loaded. I'm not ashamed. This is my favorite room. Well, the empty boxes both have true statements. The blue box has a true statement. This box contains the gems. So let's assume that this is a true statement. The blue box has a true statement. That means the empty boxes both have true statements. So this is true, and this is true, and this is false. This box contains the gems. That's false in this branch. So the empty boxes both have true statements. So we already declared that these are both true. Something would be in this, which is a contradiction. Great. So now, the blue box has a true statement. Assume that this is false. If this is false, then this is also false. This box contains the gems. That would force this to be a true statement, so they would be in there. Is this statement still true? The empty boxes both have true statements. That's false. Because they both have false statements. An actual deterministic end. Still the king of the parlor. I still haven't gotten one wrong. Still haven't. Where's Lava Dragon? You're not allowed to type anything. Lockpick. Well, I mean, it's courtyard or spare room. I like stonks, so I'm going to do this one. Oh. Oh my god, dude. So if I can get a shovel, that would be incredible. Because the kennel says, each time you dig in a room, unlock all doors in that room. Well, I don't see why we would not. I rarely ever look around this. I wish I could have gotten the torch lighter, but alack, alas. Alright, looks like we're heading to the Foundation. You know, I just had a thought. Here's what I was about to say. Well, looks like we're headed straight to the Foundation. And what's our goal there? We go to the reservoir, we have trunks, we use keys in the trunks, we start making progress, done. And then I thought, and while I'm there, I'll look for various things that I could light. And then I thought, can I light these candles? Are there maybe candles around here that I could light that are in the house? Because there's a sort of comment that I've made a number of times here, which is, I kind of want to start re-looking at and re-investigating and re-examining some of these rooms. I'm going to purchase because I have the metal detector. Guess I'm going to the Foundation, dude. Okay. I mean, guess we're going to the Foundation. Now, what happens if I do this? Okay. All right. Yeah. Yeah, sure. I find this to be so funny, man. Oh my god. And what does a coupon book do? It's minus. Alright. Secret passage. It's like, I want to go to a green room. And it's like, screw you. This is what we're doing. That sounds a lot like my streaming schedule lately, where people are like, are you going to play Baldur's Gate 3? I'm like, 100%. Then I just like turn all blueprints again. Oh my god. Alright. Alright. Now, we can go down right now. We have a lot of steps, but I want to kind of do just like a little bit more exploring. May as well. I have a pretty clear plan for the day. Alright, well that was fun. That was fun. And I think that literally we're done. This is just like one long line. Alright, well I have a clear plan, and I'm going to execute upon it. What we're going to do is we're going to get the magnifying glass, so we can just see any clue that we need to see that could be hidden. I just love this so much. So good. And like, this little thing is so good. Must be a way to open. I mean, it's just such a great little egg. It's gonna be a quick day. So I want to go down here. You know, I suddenly recall yesterday I worked really hard to get the basement key so many frickin' times. The basement is always unlocked now because it's not in the manor. And I somehow forgot about that thing that I assumed and was actually incorrect about. Okay. Huh. 9 Inner Elk, happy 100-month anniversary. Oh my god, Inner Elk. 100 months, you sweetheart. Thank you for supporting this channel for 100 damn months in a row. My god. I can't believe that that was a thing. One backup lever for each antechamber door has been installed in separate locations for redundancy. However, we have been told that the locations of this reserved system will not be disclosed to the staff. I like my decision to go back and get that. I just kind of want to look. Yeah, so he says, someone say anything that has been made by one guy. Dude, Tonda Ross. Guy rules. I don't even know how to say that name. What day are we on? We're on 37 from heaven, my friend. And you know, I think that one of the things that makes this game work so well is anticipation. So, there's one of the things that I wanted to look for, and I just forgot. Like, the fact that I can't wait to figure out what's downstairs in those trunks. Like, imagine if you got to those trunks, and they were just unlocked, so you could just open them at any point. Not nearly as thrilling or exciting. Oops. Not nearly as thrilling or exciting. Can I just fall off? Thank you. There's something I wanted to check first. Is this just... I have it set up that way, and I think I left this open. There's a few other small things that I wanted to check. I just don't quite remember what was here. I don't think there's anything else. I mean, I'm going to open the door because I like the music. And then we're just going to open some stuff and then head back out to the front. We're doing a little research here. Oh, I didn't even go into the outer room. Whoops. Eight doors for the 8 people in the family tree. Yet one day in my life, I'd like to make a game that is as good as Blueprints. Don't know if I'll ever get there, but, you know, it's fun to anticipate the idea that I would one day, huh? I recall another place where there's a torch. Use the lockpick. The Sanctum Key. Longstar says the dev did not play or consume any gaming content for 8 years while working on the game to prevent his ideas from being influenced. Oh, I still have a key. Really? Because I have a comment on that if that's true. That sounds like one of those things that could be true and could also be something that is just so catchy sounding that it would spread like wildfire on the internet, you know? I mean, what he said is, it's what he said in an interview, and he said he was catching up now that the game is out. But didn't he run mythicspoiler.com, which is a Magic the Gathering website? Like, I appreciate the sort of sentiment of it, but I just don't know what it means and don't know how to take it, you know. But Sir Bob said, did I misread that the mace he bought could open chests? It opens chests and trunks and doesn't do fuck all there. Really annoyed me. I discovered that yesterday. Both in and out of game yesterday. How does one catch up on 8 years of games? Well, you buy Elden Ring, and then you're good. But there's something that I want to... Something I want to say. You know, treat myself. Something I want to say. I think there's a phrase I've been saying recently that I like a lot, which is, no one can be taught, but some people can learn. I think that it is overstated, this. I think it's kind of an illusion that if I just get the right information, I'll be able to make the good thing. Oh, if I just read the correct book about filmmaking, I'll be able to make a good film. Or if I just talk to the right game dev, I'll be able to make a good game. I genuinely think brilliance happens when someone sits there and thinks things to themselves. Like, everyone I know that's funny didn't get funny because someone told them how to be funny. It's that they just said a lot of jokes, weren't funny for a long time, and just updated their brain and thought about it until they started to be able to consistently be funny. They figured it out. I think that, like, you know, what is the path back? I think this idea of someone sitting there and just thinking and thinking and thinking and playing their own game and playing their own game and playing their own game again and again and again, and obsessing over it and elevating it and working on it and playing it and struggling and playing it and working on it and all this stuff. That's how you make something awesome. You know, like I remember I spoke to someone who worked at early Blizzard. Well, maybe maybe there's a way that this day can continue. If we get the key card, we can go right back in there and start working our way forward, huh? You know. Ah, rats. What was I talking about? I was talking about working on stuff. Oh yeah, I was talking to someone who worked at early Blizzard. And by early Blizzard, I mean like during the StarCraft 1, Warcraft 3, World of Warcraft, StarCraft 2, Hearthstone, Overwatch. You know, back when Blizzard was just like famous for making just killer games back to back to back to back. And they said something really struck me, which is like, one of their first rules was the game should always be playable, even right from the get-go. And then once the game was playable, they would add something to it and just keep working on it till it was fun. Like a footman attacking a building. They'd just like make a footman and make it, move it around until it just felt good. And they'd go, cool. And then they'd add another unit and be like, all right, let's just keep working on this till it's fun. And I don't know if that's like a literal example. This person was not trying to present that, like, here's exactly how Warcraft 3 development worked. But again, that idea of, like, you just put something in and you just keep messing with it till it's fun. And because your build is always playable, you're just constantly playing your game and you're constantly finding things and having critiques and adjusting what you want it to be. So here is the torch. These are the 2 torches. I'm calling it a day. And I mean, the fact that you said someone, you know, the developer of this, just sat there for 8 years, working and working and working and adjusting and working and working and adjusting and adjusting and working and working without any outside influence. It's just like, man, this person just is doing the thing that causes everyone to be able to figure stuff out. Sat there with their thoughts for a long time and just continued to work and iterate and evaluate. I mean, that's why my all-time life hero is Andrew Wiles, who solved Fermat's last theorem by working without telling anyone on the problem for 7 years. Kawaii Box says, do you think a dev can overtest a mechanic, and how would they know they fall into that trap? I mean, it's hard for me to know what that means in a literal sense. I don't really want to do the schoolhouse today. I could. Screw it. Ugh. Is there ever anything in here? Or do I just waste 2 steps every frickin' time? Like, I think, Kawaii, there's sort of like a really functional, pragmatic thing, which is like money and time. Like, let's imagine that $1 billion fell into my lap today, and the only stipulation was, Sean, you are only allowed to work on games by yourself. You can't hire a team. You can talk to people, but you can't hire a team. It's going to be all you. If there's a mechanic in that game that kind of sucks, and I want to work on it more, I might work on it for 2 years. I got all the time in the world, baby, you know. And if I think to myself, yeah, I can definitely make that better, and I keep going and I keep going and I keep going, you know what? Why not? Let's get the library right away. All right. And I mean, in that regard, it's not wasted time. It's just kind of what I'm doing, you know. Now, yes, I do. I absolutely do. So now I want to actually go to this side. So I want to have rooms on all sides. That's going to be what I try to do here. New goal, unlock the Chamber of Mirrors. That's going to be our goal. That's why we got the library. I'm going to choose the hallway first. I'm actually not interested in the classroom stuff right now. I want to get expansiveness going. But yeah, I mean, like, if you are, say, like, once upon a time I had a friend who worked on strategy games and said that for every 2.5, 3-year game that he worked on, he only ever got to do 3 months of iteration. Because what they would do is they would build the various technology and, you know, spin up the team, start getting the art working, and then the first time that they actually had, like, a playable build that was, like, reasonably like a game, they had 3 months to lock everything in, because then they had to just make the game. And make all the art assets and make the levels and all this sort of stuff. And then, hey, there's a lesson to learn. Alright, well. Or there's a problem with the design. They're just like, alright, well, we'll just take that lesson into the next game. And that's the best that we can do. So, I mean, I think a little bit about... Huh. I think a little bit about the question of can you overtest it as just like a, well, I mean, the biggest constraint is not anything beyond just how's real life working. There's AAA studios that I think spend way too long iterating on their games. All right, well, this is what we're doing for sure. Well, that's poopy. I don't really want to do the classroom, but I mean, might as well start getting this thing out. So this is yellow, this is purple, this is orange. By the way, this is what I mean by I adore so much. How many different repeat clues. Can you find the difference? Yeah. And then the great Alvzuzel, whatever his name is, Alavra. Yeah, but I think that there's like AAA studios that are just like, all right, we're going to work on this. We're going to pivot so many times, bro. Oh, I have 4 pencils. All right. I want to do a more straight room. That's just a douche move. All right, you know what? Whatever. Fuck it. No, I'm going to keep redrawing. Feeling lucky. I think it might be a Hall of Mirrors day, huh? Yeah, spare bedroom. Why not? God, that sucks. God, that sucks. You know what? I'm curious what's on the other side. I'm curious what's on the other side here. So there is something on the other side. What? Oh. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's the good stuff. Well, now my run is not ended, right? Huh. So I need a... Okay, I'm going to be doing some steps, man. So our run might not be done. There are two true statements. The gems are in a box with a false statement. There is only one true statement. There's only one true statement. There are two true statements. So one of these is true and one of these is false. So the gems are in a box with a false statement. Parlor puzzle. All right, let's assume that there is only one true statement. Assume this is true. Then this is it. This is the true statement. So that would mean that this is a false box. There are two true statements. That's false. That's consistent. The gems are in a box with a false statement. That's false. They're in a box with a true one. Points back to here. So if this is true, it's in the blue box. What if this is a false statement? There's only one true statement. That's false. That would instantly make this true. There are two true statements. Which means this would have to be true. The gems are in a box with a false statement. Which points back to here. Like every single one of these has been like a minute, 2 minutes, pure fun. Except for yesterday's stream where I... It's fucking insane! So, we're going to work our way back. We're actually going to go to the hallway. That's going to be our strategy right now. So I can hit this. Very good. That's just so good that it appears to be mirrors and it's actually not. God, it's just like every cool thing ever is in this game. God, that's so good. Oh, stonks. Woohoo! That feels great. Now, I'm going to look around here for any notable other things. And you know, it's funny. I realize that there are actually no mirrors in here. It's all just clear glass. And that's so sweet. West Wing Hall, love to see it. The run continues. This is my favorite frickin' gaming experience. Oh my god. Yeah, I definitely want the closet to get some value items. Ah, yes, the worst storeroom. Love to see it. Well, don't want a den. answer is that I do. Let's see if there's a little chest here. Nope. Okay. This was awesome. I think the Hall of Mirrors is just marvelous. That's fantastic. Yeah, there's a den, and there's a den. I think. I see. I actually didn't read while drafting in Classroom, you may draw new floor plans one time for each that room in your house. Yeah, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. It's the same. It's consistent. I'm very lucky I saw that. I didn't initially. Class to class. I'll just go to school. This is the one that I just don't remember as much. Oh yeah, you just spell it out. It's called water. Fluorine, uranium, nitrogen. I'm so expecting to zoom into this and be in that seventh guest puzzle. In the seventh guest, which is it's just a solid. Oh my god! Oh, so many texts. In the game, The Seventh Guest, it's basically a large mansion with puzzles in various rooms, and you beat the room by solving the puzzle. Move on to the next puzzle and so on. One of them is actually, it's like a PvP game. Like some of them are just like, oh, there's 4 bishops on the left and 4 bishops on the right. Swap sides without ever moving a bishop to somewhere it can be captured. Like this is just like a little logic puzzle. But there was one that was you're against the computer playing. I don't even know what the name of the game is, but it's like Pepsi's Spot. It's a little game where you have these little molecules and you're trying to like grow your molecules to overtake their molecules and so on. And the thing is, it's a solved game and you always lose if you go first or if you go second. I don't remember which one it is. But the player would always lose given that they went either first or second. And the computer would always win if the computer can explore down all the possible branches. And back in that day when games were released, there was not a notion of spending time. It was about spending CPU cycles or frames. And what I mean by this is like, you wouldn't say that, in Grand Theft Auto 1, your car didn't move at, say, 100 pixels per second. It would move at 100 pixels per frame. So if you installed GTA 1 on a modern computer and hit forward, you would just like instantly teleport because it would be rendering like thousands of frames. And so on a lot of modern computers, when you want to play an old game, like GOG.com, if you buy games from them, they will actually load the game into a DOS emulator that has throttled how quickly CPU cycles can happen to make sure that the game feels like it's playing at normal speed. And in that seventh guest game, it would allocate like 1 second of CPU time, and then stop after 1 second. But like, what this meant is that if you're on a modern computer, you can do like billions of computations and just solve all the way to the end. So I was streaming Seventh Guest, and we just couldn't win. And what we had to do is there's actually a solution where if you like go to a couple places, there's a way to just automatically win the puzzle. Um, but it was so funny, and in that puzzle, you were playing as little amoebas, and you had to look into a telescope to play it. And I just remember so much trying to beat the Seventh Guest. What are my special keys? The silver key. I didn't even realize I got a silver key. I'll use a regular key. Well, I mean, it's going to be the kitchen. And I kind of like the kitchen. Yeah, and much like with that Blueprints puzzle yesterday, I banged my head against that for like way too long. I'm in the mood to do some walking today. Coins are my least used resource, I think. You know. Let's go to grade 4. I don't think I've ever been to grade 4. Orinda. Raja. Oh, there's old Nuance over there. Arch Aries. Morajai. Korarika Vera. Moraven. Orinda and Moraven. Huh. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. Interesting. Interesting. So, Korarika is the one that looks like a C, huh? So that's Korarika. Let's do this hooky one. Morajai. So that's Morajai, Korarika. What's the one? What's little islandy guy? Vera. Vera, Morajai, Korarika. Nuance. Oh yeah, UK. This just reminds me of UK, man. It's very nuanced of me. Raja literally looks like the letter E. Sure. Raja, Morajai, Vera, Korarika. Fucking banging names, man. Orinda Aries. This looks like the face of a person saying Orinda Aries. Here's their huge eyebrows and their mouth right there. And then this is New York. Oh, sorry, it's Arch Aries. Arch Aries, Orinda Aries. Eraja. Nuance, Vera, Morajai, Korarika. Yes! Yes, 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 yes! Yeah! We get the symbols! Alright, Korarika will be easier. Vera is splitting apart. Morajai. Oh, sorry, I see, this is wrong. This is wrong. I need to figure out which thing's which. I just started memorizing. Huh. Interesting. Interesting, because if Raja is right underneath. So let me just first get my placement correct. Puerto Rico, Morajai, Vera, Nuance, Iraja, Orinda Aries, Arch Aries. Is that right? Oh, can I look at this? Oh, that's beautiful. It's only 7 realms, I see. 3 of Tides. Isles of Orese. The Outer Circle. Seeker of Signs. So this is orange. This is yellow. This is purple. Devoted Circle. The Et Sphere. 3rd Era. Oh my god, this is beautiful. North Circle. There's Morajai. There's Puerto Rico. And over there is Arch Aries. Spiral of Stars. God damn. I don't even look at the imagery in between. Oh, and this is the Or Sphere and the Et Sphere. Moravan. Oh, it's so beautiful. Oh my god, this is the best game fucking ever. Shit. So we don't get any information from this. So let's start with this. 2 of these are wrong. In this one. And where's the other one that was 5 out of 7? 2 of these are wrong. So this is how we're going to start. 2 of these are wrong. Which means that it can be the same 2 are wrong. It can be an overlap of 2 that are wrong, or it can be 2 that are different. So first we're going to see how many shapes are in the same place. So 6, 6, 4, 6. All right. So this is going to be our baseline that we're going to work from. We're going to work from Patricia's. These are the same, these are the same, this is different, this is different, this is different, this is the same, this is the same. So it looks like it was these 3. Is where they differ, right? Yeah, because this is diamond, hourglass, rainbow. And this is not diamond, this is not hourglass, this is not rainbow. So that's where they differ. Because this is heart, house, pentagon, mountain. Heart, house, pentagon, mountain. So these are correct. Must be correct. No, it's not that they must be correct. It's that those are just the ones with the overlap. Because if they overlap, then that means they could also be wrong about the same one. And yeah. So they did share one that they got wrong. Let's take a peek at this fucker. Proja H. So mountain, pentagon. 4 out of 7 correct. So what differed from Proja H and Patricia? This is the same as Patricia. This is the same as Patricia. Doesn't match Patricia. Doesn't match Patricia. Doesn't match. Doesn't match. Doesn't match. Well, this person sucks. But they got some stuff correct. Keep using this as reference. Mountain. Pointy ones are on the right. Curvy ones in the middle and the heart on the left. The audio just cut out really fast and it scared me. It was a and I was like, oh yeah, and it's gone. Freaked me out. Okay, so here, let's compare these two. Let's remove Patricia's from our mind. Look at all Artie Anders. Okay, so those are... I'm pretty sure that these two... Whoa. This and this are correct. I'm pretty sure they match on all the children's. Unright, I'm going to come back to that when I don't need to be remembering things. I only have so many registers in my brain. So where do these ones differ? This person's illustrating sucks. So these two were down here. Maybe there's an 8th realm that's referenced by this, because if we look at this map, we see there's 7th realms. Where's the pentagon here? Huh. Well, that's... So there's an 8th. Yeah, I mean, 8 is a really common number in this game. All right, I'm not going to talk. I'm just going to think. How would this work? So if this guy got 3 wrong, and the other 2 got 2 wrong, then this must share 2 images minimum with the other one. So all of them have these 2 correct, or these 2 consistent. So this and this are correct. Not correct, these, but like consistent in all of them. Great. So I'm just going to ignore those for now. Are there any other consistencies between this and the back left child? Da, 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 da. The back left child had these 2 shapes here. This shape was there. I believe these 2 are swapped. Let's take a peek. Oh, they both labeled this bottom right one the same. These are just completely flopped, right? This is heart diamond. This is house rainbow, and then it's heart diamond house rainbow. Heart diamond. Oh, rainbow house. I see. So if those are correct, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the same exercise with these 2 children. This one is incorrect. Or not incorrect. I need to stop saying incorrect. These don't match. This is a diamond here. This is an hourglass here. So it's like diamond, heart. So the other one had a heart here. I think they both have an upper house, though, right? No, they both have a lower house. Okay, so if you have 5 out of 7 correct, and you're using all of the shapes, then that means that 2 of them are swapped. Right? That's basically all it can mean. And I'm going to assume that this shape is not one because I hope it isn't a political statement. That's the assumption I'm going to make with this. Sorry, I'm not talking. I'm just crossing off possibilities in my head, and I can't talk and do it at the same time. Simply not smart enough. So these are the 4 that are different. So if these 3 are the... Let me do this one more time. Is this statement correct? Let me see if this statement is correct. If one of them has 2 wrong, so if one has 2 wrong and another has 2 wrong, if they have different sets of 2 wrong, then they will appear to be 4 different. If there's an overlap, they will be 3 different. And if it's the same, they will be 2 different. They won't be different, because what if they're wrong in the same way? I'm saying this wrong. I'm arranging my fingers incorrectly. So, if they both got the same 2 wrong, they're going to have identical looking things. Well, this is kind of a bold assumption. So here's the assumption that I'm going to say is a bold assumption. I'm assuming that, like, there's something weird with this shape right here. Because look, there's mountain, rainbow, heart. I don't know what this is like. It looks like a lock. This is a hourglass. This is a diamond. This is a house. There's no pentagon in any of these. And they're using pentagons here. So what does that mean? Well, this person didn't use a pentagon. And they said, I hope this isn't a political statement. So, you know. But then I don't know why this isn't replaced. Maybe they just redid it. And let me explain why this is important. Let's assume that there are only 7 shapes. If there are only 7 shapes and you have got 5 out of 7 wrong, that means that 2 are swapped. But if there are 8 shapes and 2 are wrong, that could mean that you have 1 in the wrong spot and you're using a symbol that's not on this map. So that's kind of, as I was going through things in my head, I'm like just running up against that. And I think I might just simplify my logic and say, let's assume it's swappied. So Barry Carline. Good to see ya, Barry. Barry. This guy has 3 wrong, I see. 3, I see, are wrong. 2 are wrong. This is nearly correct. So let me actually just redo what I was saying before. So in this map, 2 are wrong. Mountain, pentagon, diamond, hourglass, house, rainbow, heart. So they both have a heart here. Ah, no, this one has a rainbow up here. This is house. They both think this is house. Okay. So this was a diamond here. So it was diamond, hourglass, house. Oh, I'm sorry, rainbow. I knew I got something wrong. Diamond, hourglass, rainbow. So they're both here. All right, no one asked me any questions till I'm done. Only two that are wrong. Only two that are wrong. Only three that are wrong. I think that these have to be correct. Because there's too many permutations otherwise. Oh. For some reason, my brain is struggling at coming up with an approach to this. Okay, so I assume the reason that there are only 4 kids in this classroom is because the rest failed to draft the room. Oh, Albatross, are you trying to get the bot to spray? Oh, the bot doesn't specifically look you up. Oh, there it is! You did it! Congratulations, Albatross. You've successfully sprayed chat. And the diamond was consistent in... Diamond was consistently here. Okay, so this, they were all different on. Okay. Okay, so if these 4 are correct, then these 3 are wrong. So they need to be rotated once. Let's work under that assumption. Correct, correct. This would be incorrect. This would be incorrect. This would be correct. Incorrect. So this is cannot be correct. Now what if we I'm actually going to focus on these bottom right too. Where's the consistency in these two? So I'm going to simplify the problem to just looking at these 5. So I'm just looking at these 5. Where does this symbol show up? Maybe that is there. I'm just going to look at these four. Crazy to me is that these are so fucking different, so it has to be a different set that are wrong. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to assume that this... I'm going to do this in the most brain is tired, just going to make myself do it kind of way. Let's say that this is hourglass. So it's mountain, pentagon, hourglass, and I just lock this shit. Right? So that means that of these remaining four, 3 are wrong. So only one of these is correct. Let's just leave that alone. So if I do this, then this... If this is the hourglass, then this necessarily has to be wrong. So those would be the 2 wrong ones. And then these would all be right. So then that means, in this world, that this is diamond and this is hourglass. I don't think that's correct. Because if this is diamond and this is hourglass, then immediately everything is gone to shit. So we know that this is not that. Like I said, I'm going to do this the long, slow, brutal way. So because this is not the hourglass, we know that this is one of the ones that is wrong here. I think that's correct, right? Like I said, I'm just going to go through this like really slowly. If this is locked, if these 3 are locked, if these 3 are locked, then one out of these 3 is correct, and the rest is all wrong. So if I look at this, then immediately that means that these are the 2 wrong ones, and these all have to be correct. So that would instantly mean that we know the entire layout. Right? And the entire layout would be this, these are swapped, this. And then if we come up with that grade here and we look at this, then like this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong. So we know that this can't be that. We're working on some assumptions here, but I think that these 2 have to be locked. I think they just have to be. So if this is wrong, then that means of these, 2 are swapped and 2 are correct. Not swapped, because there could be rotation in there. So if this is wrong, then 2 of these are correct. So the bottom right was diamond. That's what this person did, right? This is right. So let's assume this is correct, and these are correct. Then this is definitely a wrong one. Oh. Is there a problem with the music? Yeah, Sylvie, it just shut off. It just shut off. there any overlap among these three? Because this is diamond, house, rainbow, house. Okay, so this is house. Okay, so what if the final picture is heart, house? These are swapped. So this is hourglass, house, rainbow, diamond, this. How does this do? So this would be wrong, which instantly makes this wrong. What did I just conclude? So, I mean, if all three kids... Let me actually just look in this top right. If all three kids guessed this, if one of them is wrong, then all of them are wrong. Like, if this is not mountain... Yeah, this just the top right all has to be correct. I don't know why this is so hard for me. I don't know why. Oh God, is it yesterday all over again? Oh no. Oh God. Lewis Boo says, thank God I'm in chat messing around because I have no idea what's going on. It's making my brain hurt. Let me just try to take a step back because I want to give my brain a break as well. 6:27. Okay, I have half an hour until I need to make dinner. Just saying. So, what I'm doing is these symbols correspond to each realm, right? So, what this means is these 7 symbols go into the 7 slots, and 5 out of 7 are correct. Netmos, I'll just remember it. Like, there's a lot of information in this game that I just want to remember. Once it's in my brain and I can remember it, then I can just have that on file. And there'll be future puzzles. These symbols have already been referenced in the game tons and tons and tons of times, so I just want to have that in my brain. So if 5 out of 7 of these are correct, then 2 of them are swapped. 2 of them are in each other's places, right? Because if one is wrong, then the corresponding other one is wrong. Right? Like, for instance, if this map was correct, except this hourglass should go here, well, these 3 would be correct, and therefore this would have to be there. So they're swapped. So what I'm trying to do is I'm going, okay, well, 2 of these are wrong. 2 of these are wrong. And 3 of these are wrong. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to compare this one that has 2 wrong with the other one that has 2 wrong. So where they differ is in these 4. They share these 2. They share this one. You can see there's the heart, the pentagon, and this. But in the other one, this diamond was down here. This hourglass was right here. This house was up here, and this rainbow is at the bottom. Oh, I swapped them. Ah, I see. So actually, these 2 are both consistent. So they both have these. So it's these 3 that are wrong. I'm sorry, these three that are different among these two. So rainbow, hourglass, diamond. And instead of rainbow, hourglass, diamond, it's like this. So, if they both got the same two wrong, we would see the same map. If they got a different pair of things wrong, I'm going to draw this out. So if it was like A and B are swapped on the first one, and C and D are swapped in the second one, then there would be 4 places where they wouldn't match, right? But here they align in 4 places. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that means we're in a situation where it's A and B swapping, and then there's some overlap where B and C are swapping. Now I'm just going to dwell on that for a little bit because my visualization skills are stinky. So that would be like BA. So this would mean that, like, since they differ by 3, we have something like this, which means on the first, if the correct is ABC for these symbols, then on the first map, it would be BAC. And on the second one, it would be ACB. So if that's true, we should see 3 where there's differences. And that's the only possibility. Because the only way for them to actually share an overlap, or excuse me, the only way for them to have 4 that match, 1, 2, 3, 4, excuse me, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Heart, house, pentagon, mountain. Heart, house, pentagon, mountain. The only way for 3 to be off is if they are overlapping on a swap. So these are the 3 to focus on. And so if I then go over to here, we know that these 2 are wrong. These 2 have to be right. And in this, there must be some correctness happening. So if these 2 are both wrong, then 2 of these are correct. So this is wrong, and this is wrong. And this is wrong. So therefore, these 2 are correct. Diamond, hourglass. Is that right? So let me just... Something is itching at me about the statement that I made that I'm just not sure about. If these Do we know that these are right? We just know that they're overlapping. Is there any way in which my statement is untrue? Because I'm just going to sit here a little bit. Because if it's 5 out of 7, then only 2 are wrong. And so if 2 are wrong here and 2 are wrong here, and they're completely different ones, we would naturally see something where this person, maybe if the correct one was A, B, C, D, in the first one we would see B, A, C, D, and then we would see A, B, D, C, which means they would differ here and here when I look at them. So they would be different. Well, I should actually underline it like this. These 4 would be different from these 4. So this is if this one is wrong on these 2 and the second one is wrong on these 2. I'm trying to see if there's any other world in which 3 can be permuted like this. Because if they're the exact same, if they are wrong in the exact same way, there will be no differences between them. There will be 2 identical ones. Willis says, I've gotten lost in the sauce. Yeah, so here's the idea. If you and I got the exact same 2 things wrong, and we both got 5 out of 7, we would have the same worksheet. We don't see that. We see differences. We see, for instance, here it is diamond, rainbow, hourglass. And this is not diamond. Or here's diamond, rainbow, hourglass, but they're on different things. This and this and this and this are the same. There are 4 symbols that are the same. And we might say, well, what if like I got these wrong and these right, or vice versa? Well, if I got these wrong and they match on yours, then you immediately got them wrong. But then we also have different shapes, which leads to a contradiction. So I'm going, okay, what are all the situations in which only 3 could differ? Well, that means they have to both be wrong about the same country. Or, like, if I'm wrong about country A and B, you have to be wrong about country B and C. So it has to be these 3 that are incorrect. Or not incorrect, but it's the 3 that we weaved. What if I just swap those 2? All right. So this is a rainbow and this is a diamond. So if this is a rainbow and this is a diamond, rainbow, diamond, then these are swapped. And this would be wrong. So this would be wrong. This would be wrong. Oh, thank fucking God I got it. Oh. So it would be it would be that it is this rainbow, this, 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 and this. So, if we grade this student, is this a heart? No. Is this a house? No. Is this a rainbow? No. So these three are wrong. But good news, all these on the right are correct. If we come to this student, is this correct? This. Yes, 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 yes. Is this correct? Yes, but these two are swapped. That's what it should have been. Okay. What about this? This is right. This is wrong, and this is wrong. These two are swapped. But this is right, this is right. So this is not Cochinha. What's this one called? Corarica. Oops. So this is... Corarica has the heart. This is Morajai, which has the rainbow. This is Vera, which has the house. This is Nuance, which has the diamond. This is Eraja, which has the hourglass. This is Orinda Aries, which has the now pentagon, not the lock symbol. And this is Arch Aries. So Arch Aries has the mountain, that's a yellow flag. Eraja has the hourglass, which is the purple flag. Corarica has orange. Nice. Nice. All right, what the hell's happening in this run? Also, give me 1 second. I want to check on time real fast. Okay. Heart, rainbow, house, diamond, hourglass, pentagon, that. Corarica, Morajai, Vera, Nuance, Eraja, Orinda Aries, and Arch Aries. Nice. All right, I did it. Commissary is helpful. I'll redraw. Oh, dude, fuck yeah. The gems are in the blue box. Every statement with the word black is false. The gems are in the black box. All right, assume this is true. The gems are in the blue box. It's a true statement. Every statement with the word black is false. Well, the gems are in the black box, so this would have to be a false statement. So that's true. Great. So if this is true, they're in the blue box. What if this is false? The gems in the blue box, that's not true. Every statement with the word black is false. That's false. Gems in the black box, that's true. I got very distracted as to where I was. Hey, my friend Meeks, thanks for the gifted 5. Hell yeah. So the gems are in the blue box. If this is true, you know what? I'm actually going to start from this one. I think this is a better route one. Every statement with the word black is false. Okay, so suppose that this is a true statement. If this is true, every statement with the word black is false. We're getting into a thing again. Every statement with the word black is false. Let's assume that this is true. So this is a false statement, right? Gems in the black box. This is a false statement. Because that's true, so this has to be false. This is a false statement. The gems are in the black box. Every statement with the word black is false. That's what I was doing wrong. Okay. Every statement with the word black is false. If this is true, it violates itself. Every statement with the word black is false. If this is true, it violates itself because it has the word black. That's the thing that I wasn't initially getting. So if this is true, then this statement is false. That's contradictory. So this has to be a false statement. Every statement with the word black is false. So this is a false box. Now, for this to be false, this has to be true. Because, again, if this statement is true, it instantly contradicts itself. Because it itself is a statement with the word black in it. So this has to be a false statement. Every statement with the word black is false. But if this box is false, and this box is false, well, now every statement with the word black is now false, which contradicts the fact that this statement is false. So this has to be true. The gems are in the black box. All right. Dude, this is the snakiest path. I gotta hurry up if I want to be a good husband and make dinner again, as opposed to just ordering. Hey, hey. Dude, are we in grade 5? Never been to grade 5 before. Art class. Good job. Really good job. Wow. Oh my god, yes. Oh my god, these are artists. Oh my god, it literally, that's photorealistic. Oh dude, hell yeah. I mean, I don't like this one is pointed to the ground, but still great. Oh, this is me before I started counting calories. And that's actually ice cream. Give me this. Draw two things that share all but one letter of their name. Two and tooth. Acorn and corn. Robot and root. Nice. And you get a B? What? Why do you get a B? Oh, that's garbage, man. That's so fucking mean. Oh my god, that's awesome. I love the idea that like they did the assignment correctly, and I'm just like, you know, and honestly, your art sucks, you get a B. Why do I get a B? I don't know, it's fucking as bad as, you know, you get a B. I hate children. Alright, stonks. I mean, that's like an ideal pickup, huh? Do I really need more steps? I don't think I do, man. I'm just gonna do this. Ah. Oh my god, dead end us. Well, I got the dice. Security. All right. Porarica. I mean, 100%. I can't darkroom into a dead end. That's like way too dangerous. Commissary is what we're doing. I need to get back to the middle. Why not? I will do this once. Oh! I shouldn't have done it. But you know what? That's alright. Dude, once I got the dead end, I was like, oh, I'm so doomed. Now, where's a date? Eight dates. Unlock 8 safes. I need to remember asking if we can commission her for all the rooms of the house. Produce since that's 2. Honestly, I have no idea what I'm thinking. I'm likely delusional things can be pulled off by Thursday. Thursday. Our first day was Saturday, December 7th. So the 6th is a Friday, and the 5th is a Thursday. Done 3 safes so far. What about... Damn. I don't think I'm going to get any opportunity to do this more today. Damn, shit! Ah! I don't think it could be today. Today is 38, so that's December 14th. I sit down and make the first move, huh? Is this a candle that I could light? Man, I got some questions. All right, overall, a mostly successful day, although a greedy reroll. I might just play more next week. I loved this run. Why'd we ever stop? I gotta do something different at some point, but I'm quite happy. Save and quit, calling it. Damn. I wish I could play more. I'm not here tomorrow. Next week. Maybe some more blueprints.